Light up Africa. Where we shine the light. All praises to the Most High. Light up Africa.
There's a rising inflation happening worldwide, and unfortunately, it's only going to get worse.
Yes, that is true. It's definitely going to get worse because I think what's happening is a lot of people aren't even aware, because currently we're still in a state of illusion, in my opinion, where you can still go to your grocery store, you can still go to your market, and you can pretty much get your goods. So it might not be that visible right now, but unfortunately, it sure is coming.
Definitely. As sometimes you go to the store and the store is fully stocked up, so you may not realize, but it's definitely coming. So, according to the mainstream media, some of the main reasons that are causing the high inflation are current wars, failing supply chains, um,
Global warming.
global warming. Yeah,
Yeah.
but according to them, right? So we'll be showing you guys some clips, of some people that are facing the real struggles, of this inflation, this high inflation worldwide. You know what I mean? So just check them out.
At Costco to fill up my tank. $98!
How am I even going to feed my kids with these food prices and the gas prices for my husband to get to work? Like, it just blows my mind.
I don't know about you, but something is seriously wrong with this economy. And I'm not kidding. Like, I've never seen prices so high in my entire life.
I don't know how I'm supposed to be happy with the fact that the average cost to raise 3 children per month is over $4,000. Nearly a quarter of Canadians say they are eating less than they should due to the rising inflation. That's according to a new survey from Food Banks Canada. The poll also revealed that hunger and food insecurity are increasing across the country, with lower income Canadians feeling the brunt of inflation. 1 in 5 people reported going hungry.
I'm on my way out, meaning I'm dying. And you know what? I'm so damn happy that I'll finally get Justin Trudeau out of my life.
This latte, it's a medium oat milk latte. It cost me almost $8. Like, I'm not in a big city having a fancy coffee. This is a drive-through coffee in the middle of Missouri.
I'm fed up with how much it costs to eat. Like, it's to the point where it's like, how is we supposed to be the moms like the TikTok girlies where we taking our kids to the aquarium and it's $65 per kid to get in the aquarium when we could barely feed them? I spent $425 on groceries a week and a half ago, and I'm running out of stuff already. I look in the freezer, ain't nothing left but a half a pack of ground turkey and a whole chicken. It's too much. Then you can't even eat out either. And don't even get me started on trying to eat healthy, because now I got to buy my fruits and vegetables weekly, every 4 days, not even weekly. It's just ridiculous how much money you got to spend on food.
I just budgeted my paycheck that I get tomorrow, and I have $317 left over after my bills for 2 weeks.
The poor state in America, the poor state in America, the poor state in America is now doing better than the United Kingdom. The poor state in America is now doing better than the United Kingdom.
South Africa's inflation rose sharply in September, but it stayed within the central bank's target range, fueling analysts' expectation that interest rates would be left unchanged next month. Statistics South Africa said headline consumer inflation rose to 5.4% year-on-year in September, from 4.8% in August. Food, fuel, and transport sectors were the biggest contributors.
People's purchasing power has gone backwards. On top of that, banks have tightened up credit conditions, so credit isn't as available, and already consumers have a fairly high level of debt.
Food inflation hit the highest levels since 2008. Food inflation has now slowed, but this is a critical time in the growing season, and the weather has been unusually hot and dry, which may cause food inflation to pick up again.
The cost of living is too high, even if you have two jobs. To keep your head above water is really difficult. The cost of electricity is quite high. The cost of schooling is quite high. Petrol has gone up. Your mortgage has gone up, and so is your car repayments.
Basic food items are becoming unaffordable, while those that are employed say they're spending most of their money on transport, electricity, and healthcare.
Inflation in Ethiopia has surged to 8.7% as the country continues to face some pretty significant macroeconomic challenges. It's according to the National Bank of Ethiopia.
Hundreds of Nigerians took to the streets of Ibadan to denounce the country's rising cost of living, which many blamed on the government's failed economic policies.
Do you want to kill us? I have to decide between buying food or gas. Guess which one wins? Let me repeat, I have to decide between buying food or gas. Guess which one wins?
That is it, my people. You see, these are the things that we face, and some of them, me not lie, me watch some of them, and some of them make me laugh. You know what I mean? Make me laugh. But it's serious situations happening worldwide, and don't feel like this is not going to reach the continent. It's already here. You know what I mean? Creeping up on us. So we just have to be wise and prepare. You know what I mean? For the coming times ahead, we have to prepare. You see me?
According to this article published by the East Asia Forum, it reads, both rice and wheat supplies are now facing alarming shortages. The prospect of another world food crisis that would rival those in 2007 to 2008, and in 1972 to 1974, and in 1966 to 1968 is front page news. In the past 3 years, the world food economy has been severely stressed by the C-19 supply distributions. Adverse weather, Russia's escalation against Ukraine's grain, shipping and storage facilities, and the rapid emerge of drought including El Nino. Regional conflicts in Africa, which cut off food supplies to vulnerable populations, have become a constant. So for those of you who don't know, India recently banned their rice supply chains, back in July of 2023. So this has definitely been affecting the continent of Africa and Europe as well as Asia. In North America and Canada and the States, they received their rice supply chain from America. So they're pretty much okay in terms of that.
True. And we can feel it here because rice went up like so much since we've been here. You know, one bag is like 10 kilograms. We normally buy 10 kilograms for like 90 cedis when we just came. Now it's at 140 cedis, 160 cedis some places. So yeah, it's going up, you know.
Definitely going up. And you can see with other stuff, because I know with Ghana, being here for a while, we see sometimes prices fluctuates, right? We see that even in terms of like gas or petrol, what you will, the prices do fluctuate. However, there's a difference now because you're seeing the increased price kind of remain there for a good amount of time. So you're actually able to see it when you're going into the markets and stuff like that, depending on what you're trying to buy.
True.
Yeah.
Because rice never drop, right? Rice never drop. The price of rice never drop. Yeah, so yeah, but at the same time, Africa, I don't feel like Africa should be importing anything really different from man-made products. I feel like Africa have so much land here that can be utilized to feed the entire country. Like Africa can feed Africa. We don't need to depend on all these, you know, other countries. But that is it. When you fall under a system, then the system works at a certain way, and that is where the food shortage comes in. because you don't plan for your own. You don't, you depend on another country through a system because it's the system that causes it, So, yeah.
And we're not even saying, if you would like to and be a part of their system, then that's fine. But what we're saying is the times coming ahead, self-sufficiency is definitely the key. Right? So self-sustaining lifestyle is definitely the key, because again, trying times are coming ahead, and you need to be reliant on the Father, and then you need to put in the work.
Definitely, because if you go to the supermarket and you depend on a supermarket, or you depend on even the open market where you can get cheaper goods and stuff, if you depend on that, at one point the price will get so high and you keep spending, people are losing jobs every day, you know what I mean? So at one point, if you cannot afford what is in the supermarket, eventually you won't be able to afford what's in the market. And then if you don't have for yourself or know how to plan for yourself, then you're in deep problems. So that is where preparation and determination comes in terms of learning how to plant your own food. So we came up with 3 main solutions based off of our own opinion, and we are no expert out here, you know what I mean? But the first one is, you have to be spiritually sound. You need the Most High in everything you do.
Exactly, because no matter how much you prepare, no matter how much you put things together and even mentally prepare, you still need the Most High. You still need the Father. Right? So number 2 is you need to physically prepare.
Definitely.
Faith without works is dead. You know what I mean? It's absolutely dead. So as much as how you're having faith in the Father, and you're knowing and being aware of the times we're in, you have to prepare.
Definitely.
So if you have a piece of land, guys, and you're able to grow something on it, please put something on your land.
At least plant a tree, plant a fruit tree, plant a mango tree, plant a plantain tree. Once you plant one plantain tree, if you plant one plantain tree, the next 100 generation can eat off that same plantain sucker that you plant. So plant a plantain tree, plant a banana tree. You know what I mean? Do something with the land.
And for those of you who aren't in a position to have something on your land, or you're not in a position to even have a piece of land, or if you're somewhere where food cannot be grown, right? Because we understand that as well. Prepare.
Yeah.
Prepare.
Definitely. Touching on prepare. Definitely. You can order. We're in the age right now where people order everything online, so things are more at your fingertips. So you can order certain gadgets that you may need. Certain filters to filter water or any little thing like that. You can get more food. Not necessarily go out there and spend all your money and get food for for a month, and then when the month finish, your food finish. No, not like that. I'm saying, if you normally buy 1 bag of rice, buy 2. The next time you go, you buy 2. If you have a little bit more money, you can buy 3. Watch the expiry date and stuff like that, so you are one step ahead. Right. It may not last you a year or 2 years, but at least if something goes wrong, you can be okay with your kids, for at least a period of time where you can, put certain things in place and make certain decisions, And just to add on planting your own food, it's very good planting your own food. I know you may be an elder and you can't do as much work, so you may need help. Yes, it's very good. You can get help, but know who you have planting your food, because there are a lot of spiritual people. Like, the energy that you put in your plant, it gives you back the same energy. So if you have somebody that is, not that, have good intentions or stuff like that, the same energy you will receive it. You see me? So yeah,
know what we're putting in our system.
Definitely. So buying food in the market is also you know, you have to think about it like that, because you don't know who plant the food. You don't know what chemicals they use to prepare, to you know. You don't know what prayers they're praying over. When I'm planting, I pray over my plant. Not all the time, but most of the times. You know, it's me and the Father just there, you know, planting. You know what I mean? So, and I don't use fertilizer. I use natural fertilizer. You see it. So I know what's going in inside of my body, and I feel like you deserve the same. You should know what's going in your body.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we're at an age now where it's not the norm necessarily to care so much about farming, because we got used to going to the wholesales, the supermarkets, and
Uber
just buying your
Eats.
goods.
Uber Eats.
Yeah, and for
All
even
these
people
things.
who they eat meat and stuff like that, if you have if you have the means to be able to, you know, get your own animals and you know, that kind of thing.
That's why we say get out the cities. You know, get out the cities if you can.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or if the most I call you to Africa, come to Africa. You know what I mean? You can own land out here. You can buy a cow. You buy a cow, a mother cow. You don't even have to get 2 cows. You put that cow with a male, and then a mother have a baby. And from that, then you keep going, and little from this, you have 10 cows. You can have your own cow, you can have your own goat, your own chicken, your own little thing. You understand? And it gives you a joy also to be surrounded by life.
Right.
You know what I mean? The plant is life, the animal is life, same way. You know what I mean? So preserve life. You know? That is it. You have to be mentally prepared as well. So number 3 is mental preparation.
Right.
Yeah.
And mental preparedness comes in all angles, because you really have to get yourself, your mind prepared, and also your household, right?
Yeah.
You got to get your household members, to the best of your ability, on board and realizing what's to come. So we have faith, right? Because a lot of us are here. We believe in the second Exodus, and we believe that the Father, if he, you know, if he deems us worthy, and we pray for that, to be able to make it to the second Exodus, right? But with that being said, there will be trials and tribulations before that.
Definitely.
There will be.
Has to be.
So mentally prepare. Get your houses in order.
Yeah, and also, you know, with your kids, teach your kids how to farm. Not even farm, not even say go to farming, but teach your kids, you know, how to handle a situation that is not normal then, basically. You know, because, all right, for instance, you're in a crisis. Something is happening, and you don't teach your kids about these times that are coming. Then your kids will be, you know, ignorant of the fact that they need to move instead of coming out the tablets, instead of sitting and watch TV, instead of playing video games. Once the time come, they will know that, okay, this is what mommy and daddy was talking about.
Right.
So let's go.
Right.
You understand? You can't have your kids, you know, food shortage, and you have your kids, you know, begging you for KFC and McDonald's and all these things when you can't even buy a bag of rice.
Right.
You understand? So yeah, teach your kids. Man.
You know what? It boils down to just speaking with your children. See where their mindsets are.
Yeah, have conversations.
Have conversations,
you know?
with them.
Yeah.
You know, you're not trying to scare them. Of course not. You know, but it's important to just let them know this is a situation. We don't know when anything is gonna happen, because we're not setting dates or anything out here. But just be prepared. Be prepared.
Definitely. Demand them. Teach your wife how to farm. If your wife don't even have an interest in farming, you can spark that little interest. You know, plant a tomato tree, and when that tomato plant bring forth that fruit, and your wife see the nice pretty fruit, and she's in the kitchen preparing it, bro, it's a good feeling that will give her motivation to go and, you know, plant some more, get some sweet pepper, you know, get some lettuce, some cabbage, get something, you know, from the farm.
Yeah, so those are the 3 solutions we came up with, and we hope that this can, you know, enlighten you in any kind of way. The next thing that would be really good as a solution is if each one actually could help one in any which way. Like if you see a friend, a neighbor, a family member that's in need of even just some words of inspiration and some encouragement, help them out in that way. If you're in, you know, the financial position to be able to help someone out, then definitely do that, right? Because we're all in this together. Yes, guys, thank you again for tuning in to another video.
Yeah, man, big up on yourself. Peace, one love.